everyone, and welcome to CVHP News. I'm Sonora Scott. It's Monday, June 1st. As of yesterday, May 31st, there are now 100 positive cases of COVID-19 in Tom Green County. Several of those cases were reported over the weekend by the city. There are now 14 active cases being monitored in the county. We've got information on each of those on our website. Hundreds took to the streets last night for a protest in memory of George Floyd. Our Victor Glenn has the details.
A peaceful demonstration took place in San Angelo in solidarity for George Floyd at City Hall. The protest began gathering people at Bosque on the Concho, many with signs, before marching along Irving Street.
I felt like it was my civic duty, not only as a man, but as a black man, to come out here and represent for my brothers and sisters that weren't here to speak for themselves.
Some protest organizers said they had received death threats for their efforts, but said speaking out on the issues represented by the death of George Floyd was too important a responsibility.
Speak up, because we as white people have so much more of a voice than other people who are not as fortunate as us because of the color of their skin. Use your privilege.
Roughly 300 people marched to City Hall, where a demonstration began with protesters lying on the ground saying, "I can't breathe," just as George Floyd did in the now famous video of his arrest and death. But organizers stressed the importance of efforts not stopping there.
That you can go out on a Sunday afternoon and you can protest for a couple of hours, that's fine. But it takes unity and it takes a day-to-day change. Please join community centers. Please join churches. Please learn your police officers' locals' names. Please make it humanized, not dehumanized.
On the note of unity, SAPD officers not only cordoned off the march route, but several also marched with the crowd to City Hall.
So the police department, we shut down intersections. We marched with the crowd. The fire department was on standby. Everything went well. As I said earlier, we're here to serve the community, and that's what we do.
The protest remained calm and returned to the Bosque before dispersing. Victor Glenn, KLST News.
You can see a gallery of photos and videos from the protest on our website. Now, May was Foster Care Awareness Month, and the month may be over, but the need for foster families still remains. Here's the current status of the situation in West Texas. Foster Care Awareness Month may be over, but that doesn't mean the need for foster families is also.
Due to the pandemic, we had to kind of take a different approach on things so that we could get the community involved, still show appreciation for our foster parents from a distance, and do a number of different things.
I was a little worried at the beginning because I thought, everyone's going to be worried about taking kiddos in, and this just makes things more difficult. And I feel like we've got quite a bit of inquiries with our agency. We started out with 12 or 13 families before the pandemic that were in the process of becoming licensed, and then from March to now the end of May, we've got at least 24 working families. So that was pretty awesome to see people step up and say, I want to be a part of the solution.
It didn't slow down, luckily, and so we're very grateful for that. And we got, some families licensed in the meantime, and like she said, there's a lot of families still just in the verification process that are still going through training, but they'll be done shortly.
I feel like it's really hard to understand right now because you're seeing a lot of numbers being reported saying that our reports coming in are lower and fewer than they were before the pandemic. But what we have to keep in mind is that once we get kiddos back in school and back in normalcy activities where they're around mandated reporters, we expect there to be an influx, because right now kids are not out in the community. They're not, they're a little bit more isolated than normal. And so maybe we're not getting reports that we should be getting and that we would normally be used to. And so we just want to be prepared for when that time comes, when things calm down a little bit more and we're getting more reports, that we have openings for them. And I think another thing to keep in mind is even though we don't have as many calls, the severity of those calls that are still coming in are really, really difficult cases, and the abuse is a little more severe, or the neglect. And so this is really impacting us in different ways that our numbers can't really report.
For more information and to stay up to date, make sure to follow Fostering Concho Valley Kids on Facebook. For Concho Valley Homepage, I'm Sonora Scott. Well, thank you all for joining me for CVHP News. Don't forget to follow us on social media and download our free app. All you have to do is search Concho Valley Homepage in your app store. That's all for right now, but we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everyone.